Your remains will nurture these deadly flowers. Your adventure is at an end. Oh, we died. Oh no. Welcome to Gaming with a Scottish Accent. I'm Daldantal, and this, Steve Jacksons Sorcery. How you doing, guys? First of all, I want to say thank you for all the support on this series. Remember, if you do enjoy it, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's continue. So we're going beyond the village. We just cured the plague. Oh, that was fun. So let's go. The path beyond the village heads downhill once more between thick trees, before turning into a narrow goat track that crosses a rough peak. From the summit you get a wide view. Let's have a look around. Ahead down a steep slope, the next village is sprawled out before you, and even from here you can catch the sound of merry voices and shouting from the streets. It must be a carnival. Looking right, you hear a roaring noise, and can just make out a beautiful, majestic waterfall plunging from a cliff into a great rock bowl. You watch for a few minutes, marvelling at how clear the water seems. Then it's time to move on. You're feeling cold. Purple blotches are breaking out on the back of your hands. Pray for healing. You drop to your knees, shivering and shaking, and mouth a fervent prayer to your spirit, the dolphin. Does it hear you? It's hard to tell, but then you begin to feel warmth creeping through your bones, and purple marks on your skin are fading away. You're cured. You raise a cheer to the spirit for such aid. But what about the people you've left behind? They have no guardian. You follow the track down a steep decline. Okay, so let's head for the town. Okay, some way down the hill you stop for a rest. Sit on a boulder to survey what lies ahead. The path leads downwards, and its foot, cradled between three peaks, is a village, and quite a large one at that. Compared to the mournful spot you've just passed through, behind you the sun is falling rapidly into the hills. It'll be night soon. Right, we need to go into the village then. We need to go in. Your heart swells. A village might mean a chance to restock on provisions. You hop down from the boulder and make your way forward, when an overhanging branch touches your face and you hear a lively chirping. Let's whip out the sword. Your arm rushes for your sword and you pull it clear. Something nearby leaps backwards. Hovering by your shoulder is a small creature, the size of a bird, too small for your sword to cut. It's childlike but very thin, with green skin, and it flits around you on transparent wings. It seems friendly enough, even lands on your shoulder. Its tiny clawed toes pinching slightly. Let's talk to it. Greetings, little creature, and hello to you, the creature replies, chirping. My name is Jan. What are you? The creature does a backflip and gives a low bow. I'm a Minimite. Pleased to meet you. It reaches out a tiny hand and shakes your earlobe. I'm not going anywhere until you're gone. What can you tell me about this village? Let's get some intel. What can you tell me about the village? You point down the valley. Is it safe? That's Shamutanti, and it's very safe. It's the largest village in the whole of the Shamutanti Hills. Every traveller who comes this way spends at least one night there. So it's a little bit expensive, especially for Minimites, but pleasant enough. The creature starts hopping up and down. Come on, it grumbles impatiently. Let's get going, can't we? What do you want with me? See that village? The creature replies. Last time I tried to go through, they told me I wasn't welcome, so I wouldn't mind some protection. Okay, I can protect you then. The creature squeezes your shoulder gently. It's like having a spider trying to burrow into your skin. The creature flits to your other shoulder once more. You're not in a hurry, are you? It observes. Do you want to sleep out in the rough? Well, let's get going. The creature shakes you by the ear in excitement, and you set off along the path once more. You descend into the bowl of the valley. The hills on either side are tower-like tall, and though through the village into deep shadows, it would seem a very gloomy, threatening place, but from the streets come the distant sound of laughter and merriment. Okay, let's enter the town. You continue along the path. The sound of festivities grow louder. It's almost spooky. Here in the shade of the valley, and after so long on the dire road, the people in this village seem to be enjoying themselves. See, the Minimite on your shoulder remarks, I told you it was a happy place. Oh, it's Fan. Fan, what's Jan? What's going on? Are they bewitched? Jan shakes his head. No. If there was magic, believe me, I'd know. This is the festival of the young. What's that? Well, take a look. Jan waves a little hand around the village. The idea is that once a year, the children are allowed the freedom of the village. It's a time of great fun and lots of pranks. It becomes quickly obvious that what he means. You pass the few buildings and there you find a number of children sitting in the street and drinking ale from deep mugs. Further on, a young boy is holding an old woman over his knee and spanking her. On the other side of the street, a group of boys is fighting outside a hut with a sign that reads Glandragon's Tavern. It's all complete mayhem. Let's rescue the old woman. You stride over to the boy, intending to rescue the woman, but at the sight of your manner and sword, the boy puts her down and gets to his feet. And what are you about? He demands. I'm the leader of this village for today, and I say get to bed. Let's laugh at him. You laugh at the boy. He's quite clearly enraged and lets up a hollering cry. Suddenly, there are 100 children round you, and not all beggars, but well fed, and armed with sticks and pitchforks. Jan is making a hissing noise in you. Better run for it. Fine, we'll run. Swallowing your pride, you turn and race out the village. The children follow, standing by the gates and waving their impromptu weapons. Well, Jan sniffs, you're quite the warrior, aren't you? You told me to run! Oh my god. Now let's get out. You make your way out the village and into the stand of tall dry trees under the overhanging one of the cruel mountainsides. Between curling roots you find a small place to settle down to rest. Jan perches a little way above on a knot and is quickly asleep. You're tired enough to follow suit, but you're hungry from not having eaten. Let's eat something then. You pull the last of your food out, the old man's nourishing bomba fruit, and eat quickly. The night's darkness draws in around you. In the distance you hear screams and whoops from the village that only slowly fade. You feel lonely, distanced from such revelry. You rest your head onto your backpack and close your eyes. Let me sleep. Your dreams are full of plague victims, their faces raw with boils and streaming sores. The rest of the night passes silently. Okay, now let's go beyond Britanti. You rise early from your spot beneath the tree. As you gather the things, Jan leaps up onto your shoulder. Ready to go? He chirps. You rejoin the path on the far side of Britanti. The sun sits on the horizon like a gleaming jewel. If all goes well, you will reach Torrepane today, the last village in the Shamutanti Hills. After a short climb, the path breaks, heading uphill on the left and downhill to the right. Let's ask Jan for advice. Which way is Jan? To the right is a forest. To the left is the going is easier. The path heads through a field of black flowers to Torrepane. What else do you know? Nothing, protests the creature, and that's a fine way to walk to your guide. I'm not charging you for my advice, you know. You'll get no more from the creature. With Torrepane so close, it hardly matters which way you go, sure. We'll go left. It's an easier walk. We're not in the best shape, to be honest. We go left. Good choice. The path slopes gently downwards through shrubby forest and across patches of dry, weedy earth. The Shamutanti Hills are relatively verdant compared to the backlands beyond the Jabaji River. Oh my god, this is the worst book for a Scotsman to read. And you can see the influence of the desolation already creeping into the soil, like a spreading infection. Then as you crest a rise, a powerful, pleasant smell reaches your nostrils, and you see off to your right a path through a field of beautiful black flowers. Or ask, who knows, who cares, chirps the Minimite, dancing on your shoulder impatiently. This is the shortest path to Torrepane. Do you want to get there or not? Let's go. Shaking off your unease, you head onwards through the field of curling black flowers. The smell of their blossoms gets sweeter as you move further in. It makes you feel giddy and light-headed. You start to skip and jump with merriment, and Jan is likewise full of glee. Your head is swimming. This is a bad idea, but we're going to have to go. You push forward through the flowers. You quickly break into a run before hurling yourself headlong into the blooms. Jan begins to fly around your head in fast circles, making you feel even more disoriented. Let's dance. Let's dance. Everything, the air, the smell, the movement, the velvet colour, makes you want to dance. You throw down your possessions and unfasten your cumbersome sword so you can move freely. Then your hand hits something hard. It's a skeleton. He has blossoms between his bare jaws and more blossoms collapsed in his bone grip. He bears no injuries, but there is no scrape of skin on him. It seems he came here and simply would not leave. Right, we need to get out of here. You lie back amongst the blossoms. Let's go. You gather a few flowers and squeeze the sap. Let's run. Get out of there, man. You stretch out, inhaling deeply in the black lotus, soulful aroma. The black death fills you with such joy that all your troubles are forgotten and you slip into a deep, wonderful sleep. What's my fate? Your remains will nurture these deadly flowers. Your adventure is at an end. Oh, we died. Oh, no. Tap the rewind button at any time. Well, let's rewind back. Do you wish to rewind the story at your current location? How do we go back? Ah, here we go. Let's go back to there. Can we go back to here? Beyond Shamutanti. Let's go back to there. Rewind. Okay. Turn, go back. No. I didn't mean to do that. Turn back quickly. Oh, are you kidding me? Right, we need to rewind again. That's good that you can rewind. Let's rewind. Rewind. We need to go back the other way. We're going the other way, you tell Jan, turning back and heading downhill once more. The Mennonite complains, but does not leave your shoulder. Good. I thought we just ruined it. We just lost all our progress, but we've not. You travel uphill for an hour. The way is not too steep, and as noon approaches, you have crested the ridge and are descending yet again. You are now at the highest point of the hills. Where the trees are thin, the view west goes on forever, and sometimes you catch a glimpse of Kharé on the northern horizon. With nothing to eat, you keep on walking into the early afternoon. Jan is in a talkative mood and fills the air around with his chatter about what he can see and how things smell, and what he plans to do once he makes his fortune in Kharé. You pass from the open hillside into a patch of deep forest. Quite suddenly, Jan falls quiet and hisses in your ear. Stop now! Why? Because, insists the creature, because something is following us. You come to a dead stop. Jan is right. Something is moving through the trees behind you. A moment later, a point of steel has emerged from the darkness between the two trees and touches your neck. You've seen me, whispers a voice. I know it. Draw my sword. You have a moment to draw your sword before the tall, dark figure of an assassin emerges from the trees. He is dressed head to toe in black, and you have had not seen him a moment before, even though he has been standing a mere arm's length away. He wields a sharp scimitar in his hands. Let's cast a spell. Let's spell him. Let's dumb him. Can we dumb him? Can we dumb him? We can zap him. Let's zap. Zap. Cast you. You cast a spell. I should probably tell you, young listeners, Mennonites are protected by an aura. It's a curse sometimes, like now, because you can't cast magic while I'm nearby, and I'm not leaving while the assassin... Oh, are you kidding me? Right, let's go full pelt. And he defended. You dirty! The assassin nods at you, raises his curved scimitar in salute. You measure the weight of his sword, then bring it up to deliver a cleaving blow. The assassin covers himself. He is left breathless but otherwise unharmed. Closing his eyes, he murmurs a quick prayer and sets his stance with defending. This is going to be a tough fight. We'll defend again, let him get some stamina back. And I think we're going to just go full pelt and hopefully he attacks. Oh, he defended again. This is tough. Time to attack, you rush forward with a deep, heavy slash, but the impact clangs against his tuned sword. He grins. He is bruised but not seriously hurt. Breathing deeply, the assassin whispers a mantra and readies his blade. Defend. You whip up your defences as he attempts a strong stroke. You parry as best as you can. He nods to you wisely. Okay. We'll defend one more time. You stay steady. We'll defend one more time. We're going to attack now because I think he's going to try and attack. And we've done a full attack and he defended. Are you kidding me? Acting quickly, you swing a masterful swipe, but the blow jumps back off his hilt of his blade. Breathing deeply, the assassin mouths a quick prayer. Right, every time he does a prayer, you're mostly unharmed. He raises one hand and draws a finger. Right, it's defend. Let's see if he does another prayer. You hold firm defense and he leaps away a little. Defend again. You pace around him carefully and holds up and watches you without emotion. Let's defend again. I think he's gonna... Yeah, there we go. You move around him watchfully and he circles away, breathing deeply. The assassin murmurs a mantra. So full pelt. Yes! Full pelt. We just took him. We'd done him. We got him. We'd done him bad. Leaping into action, you dive forward with a steep, heavy blow, catching him as he is off balance. The assassin's breath is coming in short gaspes. He closes his eyes for a moment to steady himself. My duty is to sever your head from your neck, the assassin tells you, in a voice as cold as blackened marble, what I say. You will not hold me. Let's just go. We've managed to. That was lucky. That was lucky. The tree watch as the battle unfolds. Relentlessly you cut and thrust, keeping him pinned. You swing your sword fast and towards his chest. He is off balance, moving slowly, and the blade goes deep. He turns and tumbles, releasing his sword as he topples. I am not so proud as to not admit why I am beating, he groans. You may finish me if you choose, but if you do me an honour and use my own blade. Let's continue then. The assassin is not dead. Finish him. With a single blow you finish the assassin. He dies with his lips pursed in a single prayer, not cursing you, but commanding his own soul to a better place. You rifle his body for a measly 3 gold pieces, then continue on path. Out of the woods and onto a dusty hillside, Jan for a brief while says nothing. Perhaps he is shocked, but the blissful silence doesn't last too long. Did we get any weapons? Let's see, did we get his sword? No, never. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Okay guys, I'm going to call it an episode here. We have just done another battle. We took out the assassin who was trying to kill us. But hey, we died, and then we rewinded. But yeah, if you did enjoy it, remember and hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Spread the word, tell your friends, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.